part of the team that I hired to work at McGraw Hill, my analyst, who was the first one to start with me, actually was a history major. So I was not concerned with what his educational background was in terms of finance, accounting. What really is a driver for me is attention to detail, because Treasury is enormously detail oriented. And then your ability to ask questions and want to learn. So if you're willing to ask questions and not feel like you need to know the answer or are afraid to ask the question, and you have a high degree of concentration on the details, you can be successful in Treasury, right?
To some degree, it's quite a logical area, isn't it? Like there's definitely some really specific stuff around derivatives and, you know, financial markets, but generally speaking, everything else is quite logical. And I agree with you. If you're a smart, switched on person who's driven, you can pick that up reasonably quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing is you don't like, so if you're hiring at an analyst level, it's kind of an open book to me. And you really, for me, my preference is to have somebody that hasn't already been overly exposed so that they don't have a hard fixated view of the way things should be done, right? So that they kind of feel around, they learn more, and they want to try different things. Because, you know, one thing you'll learn too, I think, through your career is you're always going to stumble here or there. It's your ability to make a mistake, own up to the mistake, and then change the outcome, right? So address it as quickly as possible. That makes you successful, right? We're gonna stumble here and there. You have to be able to own up that it happened, and you have to be able to address it quickly.
But right? I think that's a really smart way to do it. Like, no, we don't have a whole lot of graduates who come out with a Treasury qualification. So at that analyst level, you're really recruiting on potential. So to me, it makes logical sense that you just go for someone who can pick things up quickly, is driven, and then you back yourself as the manager to train them on Treasury. That to me is the way people really should view those junior roles.
Absolutely. And then, you know, there's so many opportunities to get that softer skill set. So part of the program I run with my team is I make them all do some type of education every year, right? So my manager is now my director of Treasury Operations. I actually brought him over from IAC Interactive Corp, where I hired him there, right? But every year I let them decide on what type of education they want, right? So he has attended North Carolina has a Treasury Week program. It's like a camp. So he wanted to go, so I sent him there. I've sent my analyst today a P. He's studying for a CTP. I actually let him take college courses in accounting and finance because he was a history major, and I thought it was good experience for him. So